Hey traders, what I want to share with you today is why I believe gold is getting ready to break major support level. There's a really big support level around the 2300 level on gold, and I believe we're going to actually see a flush down below that. But there's actually an amazing pattern that I believe is forming coming up from that flush down. Which is really, really exciting. And I talk about silver as well too, what's been happening with silver, and also going over the mining sector as well too for you. So that's what this video is all about. So let's get straight into it, guys. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, if you do need some help, I'm giving away free complete access to my complete mastery course for free. The very first video you get is my actual trading system. So you start off with a bang 25-minute video walking you through my actual trading system so you can start using it today. First thing in the description there, guys. So let's actually go through and actually talk about the gold market. Now, one thing that I've actually noticed through my actual trading career is this. Okay, so firstly, we're looking at the actual daily charts here. But I've actually noticed this is actually potentially a really, really powerful pattern for the upside. Now, bear with me for a minute here, right? Bear with me. So one thing I've noticed is when we're looking at these daily charts, right? A lot of the times we can focus on the daily charts, and I'm looking at, say, 6 months worth of data on my screen here. But one thing I've noticed is that a lot of the times we can get these what's called short-term drops in the markets. So short-term drops, but in an overall bull market. And what am I talking about here? So the big thing for me that I'm always watching for is, let me bring up here, is my weekly charts. And I'm always looking at what is my weekly trend. Okay, what is my weekly trend? Now, what is a trend? Trend is highs and lows, right? So if we have a look here, so we have move up, move down. Move up, move down, move up, move down, right? So as this market's coming down through here, and if this is a weekly chart, right, and this might be what, 1, maybe 2 months worth of movement on the downside, who's still in control of this market? The buyers. Why? Because it's still in an upward trend. We're just going through a counter trend on the big picture. So this is where it's important to keep an eye on that big picture, right? It's important to keep an eye on that big picture because that short-term daily charts, if you're just focusing on the daily chart there, you're missing the big picture here, right? And so sometimes we need to step back, say, okay, what's the big picture? And so whenever I look at the weekly charts, like you look in front of me, I can see automatically up and then down. And then we went up, right? We had such a big move to the upside. Now we're just gone through here. Now, what I believe is coming is we're about to break major support, and I believe there's going to be a real big flush down, followed by a reversal to the upside. Let me show you an example of a trade that I took when it comes to this here. When it comes to the short-term flush downs, followed by I call it like a slingshot pattern, right? Because it is. It's like a flush below support, and what ends up happening here is this. Let me go to the daily charts. Let me go back to the daily charts here. So what ends up happening is this. People that have gone long gold here, where are their stops? They're here, right? They're all through here. They're all through here. We know that, okay? So they place them at the lows. Okay, I'm going long gold right now, and if it goes below there, they're going to run the stops. But what also happens here as well too, what also happens is that people that are actually bearish gold, I don't know why you'd be bearish gold, but you know, if you're bearish gold, Did I just get a thumbs up from you guys for saying that? But if people that are bearish gold, guess what they're doing? They're looking to short gold, looking to short the futures, possibly even looking to buy put options on the GOD, right? Because we're starting to flush down past this significant support level around 2300, and the market does this, and it's like a double. It's like a double donut. Type in double donut in the chat box below, guys. And it's a double donut because people that are long, the market flushes down to stop them out. And then people that are looking to go short, they're like, oh, it's breaking past support level. Let's actually go short now. And then it completely reverses against them. It does this, and then it completely just does something like that here, right? And this is actually, it's actually a really, really powerful overall pattern. Because remember, guys, where are we right now on the weekly chart, right? So as this market's coming down, even if we do get a flush down, where's the overall trend? It's still up, right? We just having the overall major trend is up. That's why, for you guys that were around at the start of the year, that's why I was getting ready for such an incredible move, because the market, if you go check this pattern out, right? It's really, really, really amazing. The market tends to do this. It'll have a short-term flush down past support levels, and then it's like a slingshot, and then it slings to the upside. And for you guys that were around at the start of the year, see this level through here? See that through there? See how it actually had this short-term flush down past this major, it had all this support level here, right? Had a short-term flush down and pick back up. And then when we got this big large bar through here, that's the day that I actually went long the gold price. And again, I actually documented this on YouTube as well too, right? So you can see that. And then I wrote it all the way up to around about this day right here. Again, I documented all that on YouTube. So I did all that live on YouTube. So you can go check that out. So the reason why I'm bringing it up is because guess what? Now we could be going through the exact same thing, right? We could be going through the exact same thing right now of a short-term flush down. And so that's what I'm watching for when it comes to this here. Now let me show you. I'll show you this here. So if I go to AMWD, this is a really good example of what I'm talking about, of what the market likes to do, right? When we're in a big bull market, right? So if we go back to here, this is a trade I took here, right? So let me go back, see this, let me go back to here. Let me bring up, right? See this large bar breakout through here? This is the day that I went long last year, okay? And this is, I'm just using this together because it's just what's on top of my mind as I'm doing this recording for you, right? But why did I go long here? Well, one of due to the pattern that I'm thinking about, right? Look at this weekly charts. What is this weekly chart? See how this weekly chart, what? It had all this, had the support level. Now these are weekly bars, right? Then look what happened. We flushed down. What was that? And then we had a slingshot move to the upside. If we go back to the daily charts now, you'll be able to see what? You'll be able to see how we had this short-term flush down. Now that short-term flush down was what? Just a short-term. Why? Because the overall weekly trend is up. So this is probably just a short-term flush down, what I like to call a slingshot pattern, and then we actually had to then we made us way back to the upside. So that's honestly what I believe is probably going to be forming in gold right now. I believe gold's going to get a flush down, and we're making slight lower highs here on the daily charts, highs, lower highs on the daily charts. So I wouldn't be too surprised, guys, to see this have a big flush down past support level. But I honestly believe this is going to turn into something, even more significant from there. If I go to my yearly charts from here, I can see there's actually a strong level of support and resistance coming on through there. Is there a channel there? No. All right. So through there. Right, and I'll just keep that thin through there, right? So let's actually do that. So I'll keep it up through there, right? Yeah, so somewhere through there. So even if we do get a flush down, guess what's probably going to come through here, right? And the really interesting thing is my moving average is very, very, very close here. So if we do get a flush down, guess what's coming? Guess what's coming? Probably the same type of pattern, right? Now, again, the market loves to do this. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting a drop down. Maybe, and maybe even last for a week, right? We might get a drop down and then it does nothing for a bit, maybe it drop down, and then we start to see this slingshot pattern. Now, if that did happen, and that happened over the next, say, course of a couple of weeks, right? We got the flush down, we got flight assing around, not really much going on, and then we pick back up. What is that really, right? In the big picture, it's what? Up, high, low, up, down. The big bull trend, right? This is where traders, whenever you're trading the markets, if you're looking at daily charts to look to see for some entry setups for yourself, always be making sure you keep an eye on that weekly chart, because if you're looking to go short the markets and we're in a very big bull market, you're probably going to be very, very, very short-lived, or it's going to probably go against you really, really quickly because you're going against the market. This is where traders, for me, this reason why I'm always looking for moves to go with the overall market, because that's where the biggest and best trades are in the markets there. So that's obviously what I see there happening on gold, guys. So get ready for it. Get ready. All right, moving on to silver. All right. And the silver market is pretty much the exact same thing. I'm expecting a bit more weakness out of silver, but is silver going to do something similar? And what I'm talking about here is I'm just looking at my charts through here. We do actually have, you know what, there could be a couple of things that I'm seeing here right now, guys. Okay, check this out. This is pretty cool. I've seen, now we talked about the false breakdown, right, on gold, right? So it flushes down and it's a false breakdown, big breakdown coming in gold, followed by it's a false breakdown, because why? It doesn't follow through, and then we see it's more like a slingshot. So it pulls back and woof, away we go, right? We saw that with gold. And that's what? That's coming off the back of a support level, right? So we have the support, right? Comes down, flushes down support, and then it's like a bit of a slingshot pattern to the upside, okay? So one thing I've also noticed as well too, from time to time, is not just horizontal. Is that horizontal? Across, not just lines across, but vertical, right? So where we could actually get a flush down below here, like this here, come back down and then come back up like through there, right? Why? Because it's more like a line through there, right? We've got a significant line through here that is definitely relevant in the markets right now for silver, right? So if gold does get the flush down, maybe silver does as well too. But this is where silver could be getting ready for a double false breakout pattern, which could be quite powerful for silver. Check this out. Now, check this out. All right. What am I talking about? Well, there's a bit of a good strong support level there, right? Around the $29 level, followed by this uptrend. This is where it gets pretty awesome, right? Now, traders, this is where, like, for me personally, I'm always looking at trading setups, right? But I'm always focusing on the markets. See what I'm doing here right now, guys? I'm just focusing on the actual markets itself. That's what my trading course is all about, really, right? The first video you get from my trading course, first link in description, is all about, you know, my actual trading system. But the whole trading course really is about teaching you trading techniques like this, how to actually read the market, because the market's the most important thing, right? It's not the MACD or all these indicators, right? It's like, okay, the market is always telling us a story, and if we can, the better we can actually read that story, which is this thing here, the chart, the better trader will be, right? Make sense? And see what I'm doing here? See how much information you're getting from just the actual market itself. That's where power comes involved, right? That's when you start to become what I call a master trader, right? So double support level could be what? Check this out. Now, low, we have this low through here. If we get a flush down, what's that going to look like? Say we get something like that. What is that? Oh my goodness, it's a break. It's a strong bar support level. Now, this is where it gets pretty awesome, right? Now, you don't definitely know this is going to happen, but what if this is now a double false breakdown to start the slingshot move? It could be pretty powerful, right? So we have the support level here. Remember I said about gold, right? Where we had the flush down, the false breakdown, and then we had the move back to the upside, right? I've seen this so many times. Because remember, what's that weekly chart? What is the weekly chart? This is the weekly chart here on silver. What is the weekly chart? It's strong to the upside, right? Like very, very, very strong to the upside. The last low is where? Here, right? The last low is around about that 27. So on this weekly chart, which is what? That is the two trend lines there. The major low is down through here, right? So bear with me for a minute here. If a strong market is higher lows, if we get something like this happening on the weekly charts, on the daily charts, and we get the break past of the support level, what's the trend still at this time? The trend is up, right? Because we had this low point through here, and we have this, that's that last significant low point, right? What if we got something like this then? Who's still in control? The buyers, right? Why? Because it's still a counter trend. We haven't changed trend yet, have we? Right? Because this is what can happen sometimes. And then suddenly what happens? We do this, and we get back above and we go through a bit of a slingshot move. And now what's happening? Higher low, right? So as long as we may come down close to the low, but as long as we're still making these major high lows in the weekly chart, the overall trend is to the upside. And this is now part of the correction, counter trend, or the pullback, the counter trend, which is against the trend, which could be very, very, very short-lived, right? So we see that through here, and you see that through all different types of markets. And this is so important when looking at it, right? So if I go back, if I use that exact same analysis I'm looking at there, right, and I go back to the actual gold market, look at this here. What actually happened here, right? We had what? We had a rally up and we had a rally back down. So that was a significant low point, right? So that significant low point simply says this: if we break that low, we're no longer in an upward trend. But what can happen sometimes is that it may even go up and then come back down to that low, but not break the low. Therefore, it's still in an upward trend. Now, it's not a strong upward trend, because the difference between strong trend and not. Strong trend is this point through here, right? Where it retraces and then away we go again, right? 50% retracement, so on and so forth. But a trend analysis of what the market's doing is this here, right? Which is, looking at these markets here and saying, okay, we have this low point through here. And so therefore, if the market doesn't break that low, the buyers are still holding this upward trend through here. If we break the low, now, especially on that weekly chart, now we're talking, right? So let's go back to the silver market here. And so therefore we can see what's happening through here. So we would need to severely, on this overall weekly charts, we would need to severely break below this 26 level for this upward trend that's in place right now for it to be over. So let's go back to the daily chart. Now check this out, right? See what I'm doing here, guys? So right now, what I'm looking at here is this. This is where it gets really, really, really awesome. We know there's actually a bit of a significant sort of trend line coming down through there somewhere, right? Something like that going on right now. This is actually a bit of a, let me change this color here for a bit, right? I'll change this to a pink, right? And I'll change that through there. Now check this out. We know this is the pullback here, right? Pullback, counter trend. This is where traders, if you're trying to trade these counter trend here, it's not worth it, right? It's just not worth it. Trying to go short here or even trying to go short here. So what happens here is what I'll be watching for is if we do get this, if gold does do something like that and silver does something like that, and then we hold and then we get something like that and we get something like that. Now that would be awesome. Why? False breakdown times 2, which is this level through here and this level through here, right? It's a false breakdown. The market's doing the exact same thing. It's running the stops because people have stops through there. People are looking to short silver. Oh, it's breaking past support level, right? They're not keeping on. And then a lot of retail traders don't have the concept of the big picture. So they're thinking, oh, here we go. Silver's going to go down. Let's go short. All right, we're going to go buy some put options on the SLV or whatever. But then what happens? It turns around, right? Turns right around, comes right back up and gives you a bar like this. What do you think is happening through there? Not only did we actually get back above all this major support levels, this 1 here, 2 here, but now we got back above this 3 here. What do you think is coming next? The overall move to the upside, right? Now, if that did happen, again, this is where, like, guys, the if scenarios, right? Because in the back of my mind, I'm looking at, if this market does this over the next, say, week or two, if the market does this on silver, and if it does do that, guess what? I'm ready for a good trading opportunity because I know that if this happens, the market's telling me we're getting ready for another move to the upside. And what is this, right? If you look at this, if we step back, in my trading system, guys, my rule number 1, I have 5 different rules, 5 rules. Rule number 1 for me, and again, I teach you my trading system for free. First link in the description. The very first video you get is actually a 25-minute video walking you through step by step exactly what my system's all about, how I came across this system and all that sort of stuff, right? But what is this here, right? It's just what? We're trading with the trend, right? That's what this whole thing is really about. We're just looking for opportunities because guess what? Trying to go, people looking to short is probably not a good idea. People are trying to go with the markets. These legs through here, very short-lived, very short-lived, very short-lived, and volatile. These legs through here, strong, strong, strong. Guess what? They're the best times to be getting involved with it, right? Because they're the ones, especially utilizing options when you have the volatility with options and so forth. They're the ones you should be looking for, right? So watch out for this for the silver because there could be a secret silver pattern, right? I'm thinking about what do I title this, guys? What do I title this? Anyway, you know what, traders? Leave a comment section below. I've titled this video whatever I've titled it because you're watching it right now. But let me know what I should have titled this video. I'm thinking about like the secret silver pattern or whatever. Anyway, so there's a bit of a deep dive into gold and silver, guys, and a bit of a technical analysis behind what's happening here. And also, this technical analysis I'm teaching you guys, guess what? It happens across all the markets, right? Because the markets really operate the same way. They create these patterns. So keep an eye on these overall patterns, the weekly charts and the false breakdowns, because they're pretty powerful, right? Especially that false breakdown. You get that false breakdown with that big weekly trend coming in place. There's actually a few stocks that I'm actually looking at right now that are doing that exact same thing. We've got a big weekly upward trend. We're going through a bit of a counter trend, and the daily chart's creating a bit of a false breakdown to create the slingshot move. It's so powerful. Anyway, let's go look at the actual mining sector. Right, so the really interesting thing that I'm seeing with the mining sector, guys, is that the overall mining sector for me is the gold nugget, right? No one talks about the mining sector. I love me some mining. I love me some mining. All right, put a comment in the section below, guys. Say, love me some mining. Love me's, right? Me's, love me's some mining. Right? So what's happening through here? So if I'm going back to let's go back to the weekly charts here for a minute. What's happening through here, right? Trend analysis. Let's go back to rule number 1, which is the trend. We were making highs, lower highs, and an equal high. So we were in some sort of a downward trend through here. What's happening now? We broke the high. Up, down. So for all this time, for all of 2023, there was no trend, but in fact, there was more of a downward trend, more pressure on the downside than the upside. But what's happening now? We just created a higher high. This is where it gets really awesome, right, guys? This is where it gets really awesome. And there's a lot of information the market can give you, right? So again, let's look at the if scenarios, because the if scenarios is this. If the mining sector, the GDX chart here right now, actually holds here, right? This is a weekly chart. So let's say we do something like this week here. And then we do something like this week. And we do something like that. And then we do something like that. Let's say over the next month or two, maybe the next couple of months, we do something like that. And we start to break above that high. What have we now just established? A new upward trend has ensued. Now, the reason why I believe that could be the trigger for something big to come is because this is the last sort of maybe couple of years. But check this out. This here is what's been going on for the last 10 years. And you can clearly see this trend line here is definitely relevant in the markets. Resistance, and come back down through here. There could be a real big breakout coming, right? Real big breakout coming in the mining sector, guys. Right? But I believe this is the weekly chart here, right, guys? Let's go back to the daily chart here, right? This is the daily chart here for the last 6 months. Maybe for the last 1 year. I believe that it may take, right? Remember that line through there is what? Is that major resistance line all through here. I believe it could take a month or more. I could be wrong. A month or more for that to happen. This is where guys like really big, really good trades that can last for quite a bit of time, that can make really big profits, right? I'm not talking about these short-term trades where you get in today and hold for a couple of days and get out. I'm talking about trades where you get in and then hold for maybe a month or more that can really pick up some really good returns. It's probably going to be mining sector, right? Because again, this line through here is what? This line through here is that big weekly line through there. And if that starts to form into place, traders, guess what? So one thing I'm watching for is the overall lows. It will come back down through here. I'm waiting to see what do we get here. Because if we get something like this, guys, we know this is the daily charts now. And see what I'm doing here, traders? When you start to combine your analysis like this, what am I doing here? I'm focusing so much on what the market is telling me, right? So much power in what the market is telling you, because the market gives you guidance. The market does, right? Because if we do something like this, right? We do something like that, and we do something like this, which, by the way, that's a major support level. This could be another false breakdown. You're going to start to see the false breakdown patterns everywhere now, guys, right? Because the weekly trend is more now to the upside, isn't it? If we get something like that, right? Or what would be absolutely perfect for me personally anyway, would be this. Is if we get a breakdown like that, come back up through there, and then we start to get a bit of sideways movement, and then we get some sort of like large bar like that through there, and a big increase in volume. If we got something like that, traders, you can focus on your AI stock. You can focus on your Bitcoin going to 150,000. You can focus. This guy, right? Now again, guys, this is technical analysis, right? This is how you look for trades to get in for a few weeks, maybe for a month or more, then get out. And that's how you make income throughout the year, right? I'm not talking about investments. Investments is you're going to buy and hold. I believe there's going to be massive moves for the next 5 years coming out of the mining sector. But when we're talking about trading opportunities, right? Like I want to look for investments is buy, hold. This here is about technical analysis to identify opportunities so we can make income this week so we don't have to go to that job, right? That's what it's all about. Or should I say income this year, should I say. I'm looking to make income this year by doing this. So therefore at the end of the year, you can do really well. So that's the GDX through there. The GDX and the GDXJ is pretty much the exact same type of thing, right? Is that we did actually have a big trend line coming down through here, but it's not really, right? It's not really through there. We did actually have one trend line coming through there. The GDXJ is one of those things that's actually already broken out to the upside. Look at this through here, right? So that's that level through there. We had a big move to the upside, and now we're coming down to these major levels of support all through here. Right, so as you can see, the GDX is actually already broken out to the upside, and now we're just getting this counter trend. Trying to go short the mining sector, not a good idea. Not a good idea. And now we're just coming back down to this level through here. So I believe we could be seeing a lot more upside from there. Let's go to the SIL, and the SIL is pretty much exactly what I walked through on the GDX there. And what is that? We'll get this major long-term resistance level, which is the exact same type of pattern, which what I walked you through with the overall mining sector from there. So there we go, traders. Hope that helps you out today. Traders, if you do need some extra more hand-holding help and you like what I teach here and you think, oh, this guy's onto something, then you may be a good fit for my intensive coaching program. I've just opened up a last couple of spots for my 6 months intensive coaching program. That means this stuff that you see every day, right? And you'll be able to see the trades I'm doing every day, and I'm coaching you every single day the market is open for an hour or so. You'll be part of a small group. I call it the 6 month intensive because you're with me for an hour or so every day, and I'm there every single day the market is open to really make sure you are staying on top of your trading to get your trading right. If you're finally ready to make your trading to another level, and you're finally getting ready to get us up, and you're ready to put in the work for the next 6 months, right, to actually become a professional trader, then the 6 month intensive coaching program may be a good fit for you. That's second link in the description there, guys, or go to getjohnshelp.com. Fill out the application form, book a time with me, guys, and I'll personally call you to see if you're a good fit. See you, traders.